Dance Mom star Abby Lee Miller taking a much different tone, about to serve a 1-year and 1-day prison sentence.
Being sentenced to a year and a day in prison for bankruptcy fraud.
But right now, there's a lot at stake for me personally.
Hello ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and welcome to my channel. Welcome back to my channel and happy 2022. We've made it, guys. Congratulations. And this year I am trying to take YouTube more seriously, so better lighting, better audio, even though my voice is not good because I lost it all last night in the New Year's celebration.
3:28 a.m.
and get a lit, but we are back to classic old Dance Mom videos. And what better way to start off the year, January 1st 2022, with a bit of a Dance Mom video and deep diving into why Melissa, Kenzie and Maddie's relationship is completely estranged to Abby Lee Miller, and how this has to do with stuff that includes money, finances and Abby Lee Miller's prison time. So let's get into the video. A quick rundown of Dance Mom. Dance Mom is like a hit TV show that started in July of 2011. This show, especially in the early seasons, had millions and millions of viewers watching per night. And some of the main cast members were Maddie, Melissa and Kenzie. These three had a very close relationship with the dance teacher, Miss Abby Lee Miller. Melissa and Abby's relationship was so tight-knit, where sometimes it was a bit weird how tight-knit, and of course that resulted in benefits for her daughter Maddie and Kenzie, which some of the other mums did not like. But Melissa and Abby seemed to have a genuine close relationship, all the way to the point where when Abby Lee Miller's mother sadly passed away, Melissa was one of the last people to see her alive and was actually at her deathbed talking to her. This is a clip.
Thank you so much for letting me be such a part of your mom's life. Right in my eyes, and I said, you know, Mom, you are my mom now.
This just shows how close they were, because you won't just have any single person there at the bedside of your dead mother. And she was even there for the death of Abby's dog, Broadway baby. It's the whole deal. Throughout the show, they were like the two musketeers. They were always against the other mom, and Melissa would always take Abby's back because Abby had her kids back. So where did the cracks in the relationship really start showing? So I remember, I believe it was season 6 episode 2, where we see Melissa state this.
Mess with me right now. I know way too much. I know so much stuff.
Like, girl, how much information do you know? What do you know? So throughout the season of season 6, this is when Abby Lee Miller had a large amount of legal woes. On June 27, 2016, Abby Lee Miller pleaded guilty of bankruptcy fraud.
Being sentenced to a year and a day in prison for bankruptcy fraud.
And this is a serious crime because she actually got prison time of 1 year and 1 day. I don't know what the 1 extra day was for, but 1 year, 1 day, and was sent to prison in March 27th of 2018 and was released 1 year and 1 day from that day. This played out on the show for millions of us to watch, which is absolutely insane because this is her real life and she was actually being sent to prison.
But right now, there's a lot at stake for me personally.
But it was played on the show for entertainment, and that earlier clip I just showed of Melissa kind of has a lot to do with what we are about to discuss, and kind of the cracks of the relationship start here. So that clip of Melissa just saying,
I know so much about you, you better be careful,
pretty much giving her a warning, is very telling of why they do not talk. So once Abby Lee Miller got released from prison, we were all kind of shocked how most of the girls from Dance Moms kind of just stopped talking to her, especially Maddie, who she was actually nice to, who she was actually favoured. So what actually happened? So Abby Lee Miller went on the Dr. Oz show in 2020, and Dr. Oz did ask her what in fact happened with some of her most famous relationships on Dance Moms, which include Georgia Siwa. She says she has a good relationship with her, and he also mentioned Maddie. She said Like, it was kind of sad that the relationship broke down between her and Maddie. Here's the first clip.
Who's distancing herself from you?
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Does that hurt you?
I think at the beginning it was hurtful.
However, she continues on and says the real reason why she knows that Maddie does not talk to her anymore is actually due to her mother, because her mum, Melissa, got immunity from the federal government by pretty much ratting and snitching on Abby Lee Miller. And if the federal government's come to you, that means you must have some ties to this, and they're giving you a get out free jail card to get the bigger rat.
I don't know this for a fact, but I believe that her mother got immunity to speak. And you don't get immunity if you're not in trouble.
And this is very tense. So again, if you go back to the clip, you can see how that kind of relates to what we're saying.
I know so much stuff.
I don't know this for a fact, but I believe that her mother got immunity.
So let's go into deeper of why Abby actually went to prison. So Abby actually went to prison for bankruptcy fraud, but bankruptcy fraud for money that she didn't claim that she earned abroad. And some of these earnings that she claimed she did earn abroad includes the Australian trip that played out on the show of Dance Moms. So the Australian trip was a big trip that the Dance Moms cast girls were invited to, where they performed at the Australian version of the Oscars. So anyone who is it in Australia was apparently here. And this is where Maddie actually had her fall. But anyway, we're not going to be talking about that. Okay, we are just going to be discussing this trip in general. So of course we see snippets of the show, the girls performing, but behind the scenes the girls were doing a lot, including Abby was doing a lot. So they were touring around Australia, doing performances, but also selling merch. So that means a lot of the money and funds that they were earning were cash in hand. And remember that. And remember who generally helps Abby a lot when it comes to merch sales. Merch sales are normally helped by Melissa, her trusted sidekick. So Abby claims that she never saw any of the money that she earned abroad. So all the money from like Australia, and they probably could earn hundreds of thousands of pounds, because if you generally think about it, Dance Moms is such a big brand. Each one of the, I believe Kenzie has like 18 million followers, something crazy like that. To think about how much of a cult following that they have to this day, and think about when they were at the prime time, when they had Maddie, Jojo, Nia, Kendall, like all these hard hitter of Dance Mom girls. Of course we love Chloe, but this was prime time, and a lot of the people in Australia were so excited to see these girls because they're American, and what are the odds that they're ever going to see them again? So of course they buy a large sum of merch and tickets to have meet and greets with these girls. So Abby's claiming that she never saw any of this money that Melissa handed her, and after that she just thought everything would be okay, but then she ended up getting the raft and going to prison.
I don't really. Do you know where that money is? Because I never saw it. I think somebody has it. Maybe a cute blonde.
There's no secret bank account.
Mother of two. Yeah. Oh yeah.
So pretty much insinuating that Melissa took the money and she has never seen it ever, and Melissa just got a get out of jail free card. So what do I personally think of this? It's a very hard thing. I can generally see, my voice is very cracky, sorry. I can generally see where Abby's coming from, because it does seem a bit suspicious that someone threatens you on the show, then now you go to prison for all this money that you don't claim abroad, which includes some of your Dance Moms earnings. So it does seem suspicious, but one thing I can say about Miss Abby Lee Miller is that she does not take accountability for a lot of the stuff that she's done. She has done a lot, and she hardly takes accountability for that and some of the things that she has done. So I am more prone to believe Melissa, and I don't generally think Melissa needs the money. I feel that the money is nice, but I feel that Melissa's husband, if I'm correct, he have money. Like, he has money, honey. She might have manager. So I'm pretty sure that they had a bit of money, and the house that they live in Pittsburgh seems very, very beautiful. Plus they have a place in LA as well. So I am very much 99% sure that Melissa is not really begging for any of this money. And yeah, that's just my opinion. What does my opinion mean? But anyway, thank you guys very much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you liked it. And happy 2022. I'm going to be trying to post weekly the whole 2022 and sometimes twice a week. So let me hold myself accountable to that. But anyway guys, I'll see you in the next one.